Ladies and gentlemen, today in Pyrene, we face Andos. That is our quest that we got here. Andos has been telling you the whole truth, so we gotta get to the bottom of it. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it by playing a character that is not Gashia, because I just don't like her. I just don't like her at all. I'm gonna play Tana graphical user interface today. Mainly because we kicked the teeth out of him last time, and I think it would be fun to play a new one. Okay, so let's mess around. I think Sharp Wounds is interesting. Yeah, okay, we'll keep this, and then I'll equip his second power instead. Or you know what? I mean, we could start to get real weird. I could go into these instead. I mean, you could do generate gold cards and then use the gold. I mean, these consume my spirits, so I don't know. Maybe that's a little weird. Maybe it's a little weird. Generate a copy of all the cards in play from your deck. That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe you just run it, but I do want to play with all of these. Target a non-enemy card in play, turn it into a wooden shield. That's so bad. That's such a bad power, man. 3 damage to enemies in play with thorns, otherwise inflict thorns. That's not terrible. That's really not terrible. I mean, that's 8 spirits for 3 damage to all enemies. You can think of it like that. Plus we could try to get, sure, okay, I'll try it. We can try to get some kind of, I mean, this then becomes a very good place to go. Maybe we'll get it later. I don't know. I mean, we're kind of just memeing around. This is a 5-layer deep one, which is definitely, that's a little scary to think about here. As long as this card is in play, inflict bleed to a random enemy. Does this guy bleed trigger immediately? I always deal 1 damage. I spend the night using gold. Why the hell were those guys? Oh, I guess I moved and then they... So the mosquito, I'm moving, it's putting the bleed, and then it's triggering my... Okay, that makes sense. It's triggering the damage from the pink crystal immediately, which is then killing everything. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I'm spend the night. I don't need to pick up that gold quite yet. And I would now like to swap into stealth mode. Grab the coin, spend the night. It's going fine. It's going completely fine. I'll swap to here. Take the hunting knife. Good, beautiful damage. Gorgeous damage. I mean, just could not have been any better. Spend the night. There's my altar. I still think that this character is very good. I think that he is very, very ridiculously good. And I know that, you know, obviously the challenge with him is the fact that you don't get money for anything with him. But that is just so not a concern for me. It does not affect me even a little bit. And honestly, dude, this is insanely good too, because we can put the thorns on people and then use the provisions to swap, and the swapping just kills them. That is so strong to be able to do that. I think that we actually have some insanely good plays with that. So let's mess around. We can definitely do some things here, because he will now die. It's 9 to spend the night. I'll do it. I'm not really afraid to. And then I can just swap you, okay? Go here. And then we want to... I want to go up. I don't actually think there's a way for me to do this. I can't get those. If I could go up to here, then we can. But if I swap to here, then I can't go up because I have no way back, and then it's 10 damage. So give me my 7. I'm happy with a 7 anyway. I think that's fine. And equipment, spend 4 gold. Nah, I don't care. Set shield equal to your lost HP. I really don't think it's that good. I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it. We'll get it eventually, but I do not think that it is that good of an item. Keep the good times rolling. Keep the good times rolling. So far, I mean, this is about as good as anybody could ask for. Spend the night and then immediately hunting knife. I think this is an awesome opportunity to use this. And then we start the shenanigans. So I can use swaps to kill them. And then I think that you do most that you can to just kind of walk around. I mean, like, I swap with you, it kills you. I come up here, it kills you. I really don't want... I mean, this is an ugly... this is an ugly road that we got going on here, but that's okay. That's okay. Wow, we already have our altar, huh? We don't mind taking damage. Damage is kind of irrelevant for us. Yeah, you're gonna hit me. That's fine. Dude, I mean, it's really strong. It's really strong. This is already a 7. We're going to just kind of cruise to the finish line here. We're getting the bleed on these guys. I think that you are going to be more than happy to take a 11 altar here. Like, genuinely, I think that you're just happy to take an 11 altar. An 11 relic chest, this gives us a couple choices of different rarities, which I think is valuable. Excess provisions convert into shield, not what I need. Double poison, not what I need. Wood cards generate a copy of a random card from your deck. This is interesting. That's really interesting, actually. Because we could dupe some really strong cards. In a lot of ways, we're going to mainly just dupe money. And I think that you buff now this wood synergy to try to get more wood. So inflict 2 frost to all cards in play after spending the night. Okay. I mean, now obviously this is a kind of wonky room. Dude, it's a kind of terrible room, to be honest. I think I want to spend the night. I hate it, but then at least we get some frost on these guys. And I can mess around with some of this nonsense. I'd like to kill you, and then I can get my medicinal herbs. Bro, am I like super dead? I feel like this is a nasty start for me. Spend the night. I'm gonna need my health potion, like, immediately. The wood card generates a random card from my deck. There's a health potion. Okay, that should be basically just a kill on all of them. Okay, we brought this back all of a sudden. Gold card with a value from 1 to 6. Dude, I think that is actually, like, so terrible. I think that is so terrible, but I'll humor it for now. See what we can do with it. This guy's up to 21 friggin' bleed on him. Sure. I'll just kill you. I think we want to get the heck out of here after this, like, this set of enemies. There is also a part of me that's like, put thorns on them and then start swapping, bro. And then we'll go 1, 2, pop you, use another provision there. And then it's a matter of bring him home. And I think we can do it. I mean, I'm gonna take you one further, to be honest. I think that we can do it and still get a couple more shards, too. This is a death sentence. But I feel fine with a 7. A 7 is fine. Plus endurance that brings in the card that we got earlier. I mean, a second mosquito is disgusting. It's like really good, man. I mean, this is just double mosquito action. It limits us a ton on our movement. We don't have money. That's the one thing with this character. Like, we don't have money. And I accept that. I mean, I would love to have money as this character, but I do not have money right now. And it's maybe a good time for us to mess around with the idea of generating gold coin cards. You know, when I don't have, like, this is not bad. When I don't have the money, I might as well generate the money. And now I can keep, what the frick? My gold card generated another mosquito? Okay, that's disgusting. Now we're like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Swap with you. This is just like nuclear warfare every time we move. It is really strong. I'm just gonna continue to say it. It's really strong. And it's definitely hitting different enemies each time, too. So we do get like a little extra juice. I think that a 6 is genuinely okay. But I'm gonna spend the night just to see. Yeah, you don't really have a good play here. Like, that kills you. So at this point, I'll just leave with a 6. We gained an extra spirit out of it. I get an extra provision that's helpful. Enemies appear with burn. Enemies can no longer lose bleed. I mean, that seems completely fine, right? Special power also inflicts 4 poison. I just don't think that that's too useful. I would re-roll this, but I think that enemies can no longer lose bleed seems fine. And then we'll keep this road going here. Let's hit you. It's tough. I mean, I think that you love the idea of killing these guys just to get them the heck out of the way. Hunting knife is kill the entire room. Well, kill almost the entire room. Spend the night. Again, I'm looking at the concept of, like, would happily love to generate some gold. I think that there's a fun plan with this, how we have it built, where we genuinely would love to dig into spirits a little bit on this one and create a, like, nasty little gold-focused run. Because our gold determines how long we can stay in the dungeons, right? I word dungeons as these maps, right? That's really what gold provides us, because there are provisions. You're hitting for 7. That's really gross. Like, genuinely terrible. Part of me wants to, like, just leave. But now you've played my hand. I must pick those up. So spend the night. Give me... Wow, I mean, that's a lot of gold. And then I guess I'm letting you hit me. I guess I hate you. Okay, I spend the night. This is a little dicey. But again, I can just leave. A 2 is horrible. I'm not proud of a 2. But it's fine, we get a cheap relic. Sometimes those are valuable. When an enemy takes bleed damage, deal the same amount of damage to another person? Come on, bro. I mean, this is like, do I want to just win? This is going to nuke everybody on the screen. This is how we won this character last time, so that's boring. I'm not going to take it. Instead, spirit cards give me gold. If you're new to the channel, you know, found me through Pyrene, and you weren't around for the Binding of Isaac days, you know that I will actively try to ruin runs. Or should know that I will actively try to ruin runs. So this is my way of actively ruining my run. Double shield gains. When an enemy receives thorns, they receive burn. That's pretty bad, actually, for what we're doing. This is fun with the item we have. But yeah, I don't think that you're really worth much to me, my friend. You are not worth much. Throwing knives is good here. Double spear is fine here. I think that I would so much rather... I thought this was an anvil. I would so much rather get our... like, other stuff upgraded with the anvil than buy things here. This is kind of a lot of damage we're taking. Maybe this is a bit of a mistake. Especially because now I can't see. Yeah. Oh god, I'm making mistakes. Why are there so many enemies, man? I've wasted all of my provisions. I can't do anything. Like this heal route. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm like definitely dead. So kind of unfortunate, bro. I mean, we never had a chance. We never even remotely had a chance. This at least triggers some stuff, but yeah, I mean, I can spend the night. Spirit gives me gold, and then I'm dead. Yeah, I mean, you actually just full-blown bodied me immediately, so that's what I get for for not taking the easy win, I guess. Put me right back in. We'll keep it going, man. We'll keep it going. It's a good run still. I mean it's a bad run because we died, but I'm having fun with this character. I think that this is easily like one of my favorite characters in the game. Because they're just like stupidly strong. I mean, like we walk around and just kill everything. They're so good. And it really, like, believe it or not, is quite fun to just nuke everything. Now, part of that is the pink crystal being really, really strong, and I think that that's something to kind of keep in mind here, is we should not use any spirits in this fight, because we can just do so much here, right? I can accomplish so much on this floor that there's no reason to waste our time with... Oh, like, this is so dumb. Now, I do have to just leave. But this is where, like, I could generate money, or I could just take my 10 altar. I don't know. I gotta think about how we want to play this floor. Root's not good enough. 3 damage to enemies around you for each hit, receive a shield. Simple ring is, like, really not good enough. I think that this is at least fine. It's 3 damage to all enemies, which... that's pretty good. I don't think it's better than anything that we have, though, so I'm not getting too cute quite yet. Swap me, please. Farm the guy that has 1 health. Let everybody else get absolutely destroyed. Okay, you'll hit me. I kill you. Swap me and keep my spirits high. As in, not like I'm sad. As in, literally let these spirits stack up that I have here. The thorn swapping plays are still very good. Spend the night, you got big hunting knife plays here. I think that you want to stack a little damage on these guys. I mean, I'm starting to think this hunting knife is never going to be all that useful for me. Spend the night, and then let's go 1 hunting knife, trigger a chunk of damage on them. That went pretty well. That went insanely well. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're out of money, keep that in mind. These guys are just dying. I think you plan on making your grand escape at this point. So take the damage, you're dead. 5 gold. You're back to having no gold again, but that's kind of life. And then we can collect these. 1, 2, 3. I could spend the night and keep going, but I'm gonna tell you, I think that a 12 is absolutely good enough for me. Spicy little relic. When I receive a card, I get an extra copy. +4 to votive altars is kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, I haven't taken this. I'm not really sure that I like it, but if we can get one like insane stacked card, then it becomes interesting. Let's spec into gold. I still think that this is a unique idea with this character. I'm mainly just trying new different things. Oh, we're in the mountains. Kind of forgot about that. We will spec into win the game if this nonsense goes on far enough, okay? You need not be concerned. So a lot of stuff going on here. You can kill all of them if you want to, because it's a thorns and then a pop and they all die, which is kind of sick. Okay, I mean it's a really nasty play to do that, but it also, I mean, it uses a lot of our stuff, so I don't want to get too crazy using that. Let's swap you. We'll save this roots, which may be a little dumb to do, but I think that I can come in here, take a bunch of damage, and then utilize this root to get a pretty hefty heal. We spend the night. This is a beautiful setup for us right now. That root's beautiful. Spend the night. Votive shard sitting right there. You can roll through pretty much all of these enemies. Yeah. And then we'll go... Sorry, I'm thinking. You generate a gold coin. 1, 2, swap. Up, and then go. Sorry, that took way too long for me to understand what to do there. That was a messy one. Enemies appear with 3 bleed is, like, obviously disgusting. Votive shard cards give you gold. It's kind of funky. When an enemy receives thorns, it takes as many damage. Yeah, it makes my power, like, really good. I would love all 3 of these. This is kind of fun because it's just, like, my power is do 3 damage to all enemies. But this is interesting because it allows me to keep going further and further and further, but it's only going to be 1 gold on each. I think I have to take this epic because it's very strong. Like, that is obviously a very good item. And then if I can hold on to, like, a little bit of juice here, and I think I'm going to do this to generate a little bit more, then we'll start hitting these guys. This will be 3 damage to everybody. Is really strong, right? Like, I mean, it's kind of nasty how good that is. And then we replenish the spirits immediately. I mean, 4 spirits to do 3 damage to all enemies, and it's effectively more than 3 damage to all enemies because in the end you're likely, I shouldn't have done that like that. You're likely hitting people with bleed as well. So it ends up being really strong. And we're already into our shards here. This is a very hefty heal. Spend the night, you still have a health potion chilling too. Yeah, I'm gonna pop you. I think it's just worth it. Swap you. You're dead. Okay. Let's swap with you. Bring this up and over. You could pop your mosquito if you want to, but I don't think you need to quite yet. Let's... Oh, I made a mistake. Because I cannot go down from there. Okay, you gotta fight these guys a little bit. I'll pop you. You guys all die. I'll spend my 6, and then you really gotta get out on this one. Because you can maintain, like, a nice amount of money and get a 14 altar. And then this card is going to get duped here. So 2 shield for every enemy in play, and then it would get duped. I haven't taken it. It's a legendary, apparently. I mean, there is a play here that is... So I now have 2 of these, right? Yeah. The play here is... I mean, like, we now have a shield build. But the play is that if we upgrade it, it becomes 3 shield for every enemy in play. And this starts to get, like... It starts to get kind of strong. There's no denying that. Like, I can see the value here. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm iffy on this card. Maybe I'm going to see this start to do something kind of crazy for me. I'm good to just kill all of you, to be honest. Maybe we'll see it go crazy if we can... I mean, like, this is 12 shield. 12 shield is a lot. I'm not gonna deny that. Like, that is a hefty... That's a hefty amount of shield. And then we pair it with the amount of shield we have going on here, and it starts to be good. Now, that does not eat through shield, so that's something for us to keep in mind. And we also run the risk of... I think you pop one of these. You do run the risk of having... Oops, you're dead, so sorry. 7. You run the risk of piercing enemies. That's what I was trying to get out. And then I was stumbling around trying to figure out how to say it. Okay, very good. I need to swap up to you and then come down. And then swap this over. And these guys... They look dangerous. And they are dangerous, let's make that very clear. But we should be able to sneak out of this. And by sneak out of it, I genuinely mean sneak out of it. Because we should be able to go up, over, down, over, and then one more on you. For a 9 altar. I think that went fine. I think it went fine. So relic chest. What do you got? When an enemy receives bleed, give me a gold. That's so disgusting. When you receive shield, you receive dodge. Wow, that's potentially insane. I could be getting like 12 dodge, man. But I love this like a lot. So I'm gonna take that. Send me to the grasslands, nice and simple. Halfway through the run, this is where we got our ass kicked last time, so let's hope we don't get our ass kicked this time. And I think that, I mean, dude, there's just a lot of enemies, to be honest with you. But we have the potential where I can spend the night basically whenever I want. Like, I have a lot of freedom to spend the night. So let's do this. Now, I have bleed on me, which I clearly do not like a lot. This hunting knife does a lot for me. And the shield that we have is good. I do have a little burn on me, but that'll go away. Effectively, 16 health is a decent place to be. And then give me even more, right? This is the difference between last run and this run, is all of a sudden we have more ways to get, like, really hard health quick. And I have 58 money. That part is also, that's gonna be really good for me. Because we can now do, like... This is just straight up money farming now. And, it's kinda nice. It's kinda nice. So, give me 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna spend the night, but I'm watching the money. Yeah, I'd like to leave. These enemies I do not like them. With this amount of money, man, we can do some stuff. Spend 4 gold, give you as much shield. We can make this stuff happen now. I got 2 of those. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing. Give me an altar. Let's do this. Gives a gold for each enemy in play. I mean, you put that on you. Double the value of the gold coin cards in play. You're gonna want that on when there's not a lot of enemies. So we want to do that with you. Push back adjacent cards. I like really don't care about this. How about put it on this gold? This is interesting. It's interesting. I did not expect to all of a sudden have more gold than I know what to do with this character. Cards from your deck triggered an additional time. I could be like really strong with this. I mean, now you got 2 of these. I need endurance like crazy. Like these triggering twice could end up being really disgusting. We gotta see how this plays out. Because, like, I'm gonna tell you immediately, I think that this is the correct play. Because you need to get all of this going. But now I'm like, I really don't want to... I want to double these coin cards, right? And I want to... Like, I want you guys to just kind of die. I'm gonna hit you. I need both of them to die, okay? So you gotta go. And then you also have to go. You're gonna die here. And then... I mean, this ring is not good enough. I'm gonna pop this one. But I want that other ring to go crazy. Keep all of the gold on the screen. I mean, this is not going to summon that many enemies. Yeah, this is a great point. I got too many things that I want on the screen. Okay, you come in. And then you come in. And then we're going to go to here. We're going to go to here. We're going to spend the night. Ring of Ariep gets triggered twice. I have 18 shield. And then... we... This pushes back adjacent cards. What? I got too many things going on in this run, man. This is my double the value of the gold cards. It's not even in play. Okay, yeah. This is fine. Take your 5. Obviously, them swapping around does nothing. Just inflict the thorns to them. And then we'll hit this guy a couple times. That's fine. This is a damage if I do this. We have to just, like, get out of here, okay? It's get out of here time. So, pop this in order to maximize your plays to get out of here. 1, pop you, boom, pop you, pop you. Take your 10 and leave. I mean, you might as well spend 9 to maybe get, like, a couple more things. And then you'll leave. Gives you a couple more spirits, which I do think are still valuable. Provisions are nice, that's more movement for me. Another mosquito is obviously very good. Gives me 10 gold if a votive altar is in play, otherwise consume it. Just don't care about that, really. I don't care about the peach either. This is a reroll. I mean, dude, I see the mosquito. You don't have to tell me. This is obviously interesting. Like, you can put that at the beginning of the deck. I need endurance more than anything else. Like, and you need this like this. I don't know. It's a fascinating run. It's It's a fascinating run, because I think it's like really good, like stupid levels of good. But I feel like that I'm maybe still misplaying, which is what the fascinating part is to me right now. Because I really don't think that I'm playing this correctly. Like, we have a lot of really good juice on this run. Like, the fact that I even have this many, sure, take your 24 frickin' shield, and then take your 40 shield. The fact that I have this much money as this character tells me that I'm doing something, like, very, very correct on this one. And I've got health for days. Poison actually hits our shield and doesn't pierce, which is also very interesting. It's like I'm looking at the run, I don't really even know what it needs, which I think is a problem if you can't tell what you're missing on a run. Maybe it's not a problem, because maybe that just means that you're not missing anything on your run. But I do think that I'm probably missing something on this run. I'm just gonna pop you guys. And like, I think that we want to live in the like 8, 9, 10 range of these things. So I'm gonna take an 11 that gives us like epics and rares, maybe the occasional common that could be synergistic. When you receive gold, you get a shield. Brother, that's just, I don't even need to look at the other options. That's insane. So hello, Andos. We get to confront you. Ah, there you are. I was looking for one of you two. Andos, why does Heron Suge only have 6 heads left? I already told you it was Pyrene sacrifice to summon. In that case, explain to me what you're seeing here. Wait, where did you find this silly old scribble? Don't lie to me, Andos. I swear by Abellio if you... Bah, shut up, you idiot. When were you finally going to understand? Oh, brother. I've had enough of your whining. Swear on any of your stupid gods. If you couldn't even catch a pathetic little priestess like Pyrene, you don't stand a chance against me. Okay, that seems bad. That look, it wasn't human anymore. What if it was him playing us this whole time? You won't get away with this, you scum. With the run that I'm having, he is not going to get away with it. Because I have infinite money and infinite shields as a character that does not have infinite health. So we're going to be just fine. I have 172 money, brother. And every time I hit enemies, I like gain more shield than I lose health. It's gonna be a good rest of the run. And we still have like quite a lot of run on this one. And I'm getting money like it's my frickin' job right now, man. Like this is an insane amount of juice that we are squeezing out of this run. I haven't even gotten to my cards yet, and I have 50 health. So I think we're gonna be fine. I can spend the night also forever, give or take. So do me a favor, spend the night. Give me some enemies on the screen, and then frickin' send it, okay? That's 77 shield, 93 shield. I think we're gonna be just fine. I'm also maybe going to stack out gold as well. This is so funny as the character that uses gold as provisions. Because this effectively means I have infinite gold, precisions, and shield. Like, 3 of my core resources I have infinite of. Which is very funny. It's very funny. 6 bleed does not do anything to me. I'm invincible, okay? I am Andos at this point. I got the frickin' juice on this run. When I hit you, I gain more than I lose. That's the sign of a good run, man. Okay, keep it going. And let the stuff stack up on you peeps. So then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna swap up to here. Then we're gonna pop down. I'm gonna take the altar. Equipment chest. You're gonna get double a card, remember? Yeah, it's funny enough. So now I have 4 of this card. It is like really tempting to just run 4 of this card. I know that looks crazy. I don't need to double the value of gold, man. I have infinite gold. So You basically just run the idea that we're living in infinite shield forever, okay? That's the entire build. Is once you have we have to get to the point where the rings are on the screen. We need to get the well, but now I can't get all of the rings. I need to have this card first. Right? I know I can't reorder them. I've screwed this up, and I respect it, okay? I respect it. Because these rings are good, but we need to have that other player in the ball game before we before this. And small rooms are kind of like a nightmare for us. We really don't like small rooms. But otherwise, I mean, we got it all figured out. And it's still really good. I mean, I'm still absolutely cruising here. Like, we can afford to maybe try to do something here. I really should not spend my spirits, because we may need those against Andos. I don't know what boss Andos looks like on this one. I also don't know if this is, like, the final fight, so to speak. I have no clue. Hey, 6 of that is pretty bad. You pierce me too, which is also pretty bad. I think we can afford to kill these guys without dying. I don't even have this in here. What am I doing, brother? What am I doing? Okay, grab these. And then we can start hitting these guys. I should just take the 8 altar. That's completely good enough. But I guess I'm not. I guess I'm just gonna keep cruising on this one. I don't know, just hit all of them, man. And then take your damn mosquito, take your hefty heal, spend the night, and then walk out. Yeah, that's fine. A 12 is fantastic. There's an endurance. We so desperately needed that. After you dodge, receive as much shield as dodge. Nah. When you inflict frost, do stuff. Nah. Health potions. Nah. When I receive bleed, give me a shield. Spending the night shuffles a card. Votive shards give me gold. I can reroll forever. When an enemy takes bleed, I receive shield. Okay. Keep the good times rolling. So we should, yeah, so now the Divine Fruit is in. I didn't rearrange these. I'm kind of dumb. I'm kind of dumb, but that's okay. Enemy receiving bleed gives me shield. So now the shield's going to just kind of roll in here. And we have some good stuff here. So you're gonna pop the Ring of Ariap now. And you're going to pop it on all of these enemies. Because now you have the shield that you need to basically just waltz through the fight. I think... So we're going to get choices of cards here. On this next one, not relics. And I think... Oh, we do have Divine... I guess I could have kept the things active. It's whatever, to be honest. Don't take spirit... Don't use spirits right now. Save the spirits for if you need to get out of a pinch. This is basically just a clicking simulator right now, because I'm just clicking. The sound of the shield is also, it's horrible. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I think that we want to take a 7. I want commons. I don't know, maybe I want high quality cards. I think that these are largely irrelevant. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I genuinely, I don't think that we need any cards on this run. I do think that we need this. Gives you 2 provisions and heals you. Does that now do 5 damage? I don't know. Give +1 to all cards in play. Okay, that's going to go on you. Gives you a gold for each enemy in play. That's going to again go on you. And then you need to swap this so that this is right here. And now we've got some juice. Can I do this multiple times? I can't. But I do know one thing, brother. When I finally get an anvil, we can do everything. Like, I can just upgrade a card to the moon. And it could end up being... It could be really gross. It could be really gross. And then this gets triggered twice. So you guys just die. I just took my mosquito. Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. I did not mean to take the mosquito. That's obviously... yeah, I mean, this is horrible. This is why you save... this is why you save some spirits, so that you can not just completely die on your run. I've made big mistakes. We need to GTFO out of here ASAP. It's very scary. I am very sorry. This one's on me for sure. That just gave +1 to that. Give me my altar. I need to go. We must leave. I understand that you like the cute vibes of this level. I must go though. I'll fight these guys because I think it's funny primarily that I can hit a guy that basically hit me for like 70 and it did nothing to me. Am I gonna die to this guy? Hold on. Nah, I'm not gonna die to him. Take the 4. I screwed that one up and I accept that. The mosquito is like vital to our plays. That's just disgusting. This is the greatest item. This is basically just like everything that could go right on a run is just going right. Bleed to enemies. Holy Leaf for more luck. A votive altar. Yeah, I mean this is exactly how we want to play it. You do not take the mosquito. No matter what, you do not take the mosquito. Okay, beautiful. Swap you to here so that I can come down here. Do not take the mosquito. Okay, we're in the clear. We're in the clear. Some nasty enemies still. I'm not gonna sit and deny that. Definitely some nasty enemies. This is okay. But I'm going to give you the opportunity to spawn a couple more. Okay, that's fine. I'll pop you. That's fine. Spend the night. We nuke all of them. I know that they're getting stronger, but I also am getting stronger. And then do you see my spirits right now? Okay, so if you're keeping track, I have infinite provisions, infinite gold, infinite shield, infinite spirits. Infinite cards, because every time I pop a card, I get double of that card. Anything else I got infinite of that should be talked about here? I think we got this one figured out right now. If I lose this run, you are all allowed to take away my gamer card. I will not deserve to play video games any longer if I lose this. I put myself on an island. This will be the largest tragedy that anybody has ever seen if I lose this run. Like, it's war crimes levels of bad. Because at any point, I can clear... I can currently... we can do... 50... No, it's actually 60. I can do... 60 times 3 damage. So I can do 180-ish straight damage to enemies. Just like, for fun. Just by spamming this over and over. And my math might be wrong, and that might be even more than what we think. Like, this run could be where you see spirits and gold both hitting the limits in the game. And I hope that it happens. I really do. Like, and maybe this is one of those cases. I mean, I'm taking a lot of damage right here. Okay. Let's not be stupid. This might be one of those cases where it would be really fun to just see how dumb this can get. Because I think that we effectively have like infinite altar status too. Maybe not infinite, but it's high, right? Like the spirits alone provide us with close to infinite plays. It's just strong. It's just really strong. Okay, you know what? I actually just don't care. I know I said let's try to make it go infinite, but I so don't care. What is the open woods? Open autumnal looking forest. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Spending the night, inflict 3 thorns to all enemies. When an enemy takes shield, I get a second one? I already have this, brother. What the frick? Okay. Keep it going. Can you please give me an anvil in this final area? Like an anvil would be sick. So what's going on here? Special powers cost a provision. You're the worst. You're the absolute worst. That actually that blows a lot. Because we had the potential to build something where, you know what, spend the frickin' night. That used a provision. Guess what? I have provisions. We had something special where my spirits mattered, right? Now my spirits really don't matter. And like that kind of sucks. But it's also, I mean, it's still kind of fun. This is going to be an astronomical amount of shield. Beautiful. I'm using my provisions like crazy here. And I understand that it's a little messy to do this too. Oh, I forgot that stuff doesn't fall. I think genuinely you want to, as soon as you can get out of this one, you get out of this one. Like, I think that this is a messier area than you think. Just take this. It does buff the mosquito when we do that. Oh, did I get endurance to... I did. We gotta think about whether we want something else. Like, honestly, this is now valuable to get the other provisions in. We don't need these altars to be very good, is what I'm gonna say. And it's not that I'm scared, because I'm gonna tell you we are completely fine on this one. But it's that these altars don't matter, okay? They really actually just don't matter. When an enemy receives bleed, I get a gold. When I receive gold, inflict a frost to a random enemy is like GG. I understand that I could have gotten even more gold, but this is now like really effectively GG because I can't take damage. This now made it, I also have infinite health. So we hit the trifecta. I have infinite of everything because every enemy will always be frozen. So I will basically always only take 1 damage when I get hit. Which means that I will always take more... I will get more... let's actually pop you. I will get more... shield always than I will... You get what I'm saying. It's starting to, my brain's starting to break. It's late in the day. I had a 3-hour convergence live stream today that we did, and the brain's starting to melt a little bit, especially when this run is as complex and stupid as what it is. Because it do be a little complex and stupid. I'll be the one to say it. Okay, pop you. Hit you, and then again I'm gonna tell you we don't care about the cards we get, so just get out. Relic chest for 3. I mean, you just keep giving me the same dumb relic. I'm not gonna not take it, okay? I'm not gonna not take it. This is where things get really stupid. Like you might as well max out everything, right? So now your endurance, you have the world at your disposal. And you might as well do this starts to be. Are we cooking, or are we getting a little too weird for your liking? I don't know. I think I'm cooking. I think we're doing some wacky things, and they're all good. I feel like this is a strange biome for this stage of the game, because we went so long with other people related to spend the night. I want enemies. No, you don't understand. I want enemies. Like, swap up to here, take these guys. Spend the night, I want enemies. Brother, why are you not giving me enemies? Okay, this is fine. This is still alarming amount of stuff. Spend the night. You got infinite health, okay? You got infinite health. You could do this to all of them. It does not matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. We're an infinite little beam right now. And I'm getting double the money every time I do anything. We went down to like 50 gold. I'm back up to over 300. It's like I do have to just like farm for a little bit, because it's simply not. It's advantageous for us to do this. I should farm a little bit of stuff while we have the stupidity flowing. Okay, hitcha. Hitcha, hitcha, and then up. I don't know why I spent the night there, but that's fine. I'll use my provisions that I have infinite of to just roll around, and at this point, take it all and leave. Okay, plus an endurance in case I needed that. Two poison, 2 bleed to all enemies in play. I mean, keep in mind that this is 2 bleed to all enemies in play, which could be like 20 gold. It's obviously good. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's not. It's obviously good. You might as well take it. And then Urge's Altar, simply stupid. 2 bleed to all enemies in play. Card has a passive effect that is triggered only when it is in play. I think that you have to do like this. Gives you 3 shield. That's just horrible, to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty great. Sure. How many talismans can you get on a card? That's my next question. Oh my god, another one. Double the value of gold coin cards in play. I don't even know where to put some of these, man. I do know that I want to see just how many talismans I can fit on this, though. I mean, it's starting to look stupid. Okay, keep it going. Still haven't seen a damn anvil. Would be really nice to have an anvil. I understand you don't want me to have happiness, but that's okay. Okay. That card in the bottom left. Watch this. I somehow get dodge off of this. Look at my shield rise, man. God, it's good. God, is it good. Okay, swap ya. Bring me up. Some of these dudes end up with like 40 bleed on them before I can even do anything. It is the single strongest run of Pyrene ever. Like I genuinely, I'm looking at this and I'm like, how do you make a stronger run than this? I have 1,000 ways to basically body everything. And somewhere along the line, oh, that was just in one room, brother, that the spirit cards were in play. I didn't even pay attention to that. That was just a weather effect for the room, not a thing for the entire thing. I'm back to having where I can just kill everybody infinitely. Okay, yeah. That's on me. I missed it. Okay. It's just fun to click the button and watch them all die, to be honest. Like, that alone is very, very enjoyable. We're going to do this, and then that gets triggered twice. Now, every single one of these shards is +3 on them. There's no reason to do this. Like, we're already past the max that a shard can be. So, do this and then work your way out, okay? We'll do one last loop. Okay, and then you'll leave. Because you have 640 spirits, so I'm not really thinking that we're gonna be missing like a whole hell of a lot here. Okay, that's fine. And endurance, don't mind if I do. Another poison blade. I have like 1,000 cards. Goose Killer. Hey, that's the one from that we picked up last time, man. Heal me, give me 2 shield, remove all weather effects. As long as this is in play, +1 to all your provision, gold, and spirit gains. What the frick? What the frick? I don't even know what to do with this, man. I have too many cards. Like, it's genuinely too much. I picked up 1 spirit. I got like 7 spirits off of it. Watch me pick up these 3 gold. I think it was just 4 gold, but you get what I'm saying. It's stupid. Just like this is going to be... Like, some of you are gonna look at some stats at the end of this, and you're gonna write and tell me exactly how dumb some of this was. Because it looked like that I got about 50 gold from 1 card. and like 60 spirits or something like that. I mean, it's just good. It's just good. He's hands down the most busted character, man. I'm losing my will to care. I know that sounds bad, but I'm out of care for this run. There's no challenge. And it's great. I mean, after the Gashia disaster, don't get me wrong, it's nice to kick the teeth off of a run. But this is just absurd. It is so just simply absurd. Okay. We are going to leave. Sitting at 757 spirits. It would be cool to see both of those hit 9999, so I am going to be a little bit judicious in my plays. I just don't even need the card. Okay, yeah, I'll max it out. That sounds good. Like, obviously we can max it out. What do you take me for? And this is really disgusting because we get like tons of stuff from completing this. So this just makes it even dumber. Okay, I just let the game play itself for a little bit. Once you get into this play, he just goes crazy for a little bit. And it's triggering, 4 times because of my divine fruit that I have. I know I talked a lot of smack early about the relic that gives me 2 of every card. It obviously is utterly broken to be able to chain things like the divine fruit together. Like, it is unnecessarily great. Okay, there's your maxed out gold. Spirits are going to be shortly behind. So, get ready. Pioneers of the Great. Do you see this gold that is a 32 gold over there right now? I don't even have enemies on the screen. I have too many cards. I accidentally used spirits to generate gold. I'm generating rooms of no frickin' enemies, brother. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. I want to see the spirits hit 999, which is why I'm not just using the spirits to do stuff here. And this is without my little frog that was duping the spirits as well. I'm still at 900. Okay. It's gonna be one hell of a thumbnail for this one. So we're maxed out on gold. Spirits are, they're on their way, man. They're on their way. I also think that I just got a Steam achievement. Maybe I didn't. Or one of my friends got a Steam achievement out of the corner of my eye on my other monitor for a different game. What the frick? Spirits go above 1,000? Gold is capped, but spirits aren't? Okay, sure. Alright. This will wrap it up. I'll spend the spirit here. Take my altar. That gives me 2 endurance, 2 max HP, a level 16 relic chest. Why not? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? An equipment chest, which gives me things I don't care about. So here's what you do. Take something that you haven't taken, right? And then you take this sucker. And what do I want? I don't know. Give me more endurance on top of all of this nonsense. So that now we have the most active cards I've ever seen in my life. I can't even scroll on the screen, man. I've collected more cards than I can hold. Like, I literally, it killed half of my cards that I had. I can't scroll on the screen. I've fully broken it. I've fully broken it. Who was this guy? Oh yeah, that's right. I still have these too. Okay, I've maxed out my endurance, and my max health is high. Sure, yeah. That sounds good. That sounds good. I leave. Hello, dummy. How we meet again? Harder to survive without my cards to help you? Not really. I never use them. Stupid. Okay. Obviously, you gotta be like a little cautious about what you do here, but not really. not that cautious, to be honest. I should look at his shtick to make sure there's not like a instantly kills you. Defeat enough enemies to go through his shield. Yeah, that won't be a problem. Not too concerned about that one, King. Gonna be just fine here to go through Andos's shields. Spawn some enemies, please. That's not enough enemies, I'm gonna tell you. It's simply not enough. Okay. The music is a remix of the main theme, man. I'm starting to think that this is the end of the story. It's also an hour-long episode. I'm so sorry. The run was too broken. Okay. I should be apologizing to my frickin' self for putting myself through an hour-long episode after the day I've had. Okay, thanks for the enemies. Okay. Andos, are you friggin' done yet, brother? Okay, yeah, you are. Ares guides my steps, Tana, graphical user interface. How do you think you can defeat me with the help of your miserable little pagan gods? I'm a demigod, Tanagui. No one can defeat me. Do you hear me? No one. Oh, hey, it's Pyrene. You again, freak? Didn't you get enough last time? You want another taste? Where's your little pet snake so I can finally finish what I came all this way for? Aaron Suge is in a safe place. As for you, I won't let you slaughter any more innocent people. Coward, he runs again and again, never having the courage to face what he did. Pyrene? I don't understand. The Steely you're carrying, do you have others? They're in the village, but I don't know if... Show them to me, please. I think I owe you an explanation. Oh, frick, brother. They are not gonna like going to the village right now. Sure, 33 wood back to the village. Pyrene, I don't understand. Why'd you summon Heronsuge if you knew the monsters were... Summon Heronsuge? Is that what Andos told you? What a grr. That's not what happened. Not at all. Oh, they're in a different order. I'm the last priestess of Heronsuge, a guardian of the gate to the underworld. We've been protecting it together for generations. Until the day Andos arrived, a conceited man who wanted to return home, covered in the glory of having defeated a legendary serpent. Tried to explain to him the consequences if Heronsuge and I were no longer there to protect the entrance to the underworld. Andos didn't listen, attacked me, left me for dead, shattering the seal that protected the gateway. Monsters began to escape. The ground rumbled, fearing for my life. Ironsuge took me in his arms and fled. His takeoff shaped the ground into his mountain, and from the underworld soon emerged all the creatures you know so well. That monster will pay for what he did to you, for what he did to us. Andos's flight has lasted long enough. What the frick? Alright, yeah, I'll play as Pyrene. That sounds cool. Things that I didn't really expect. But I will take it. I will take it. Here's my last one of these, which is exciting. And level 3, I gotta complete the main story first, and I have not completed it. So, in the next episode, we play as Pyrene. It's gotta be like the penultimate, right? It has to be. And then, I mean, we'll have 1,000,000 wood to unlock everything in the village. I've done a lot of things. I've unlocked more characters than the game thought there even would be. There are still 2 that I haven't met in terms of merchants. There is also a lot of hidden achievements that I haven't done either, but I mean, that's all for fun. It's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.